Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Hot, and then it's cold. And then it's warm, and then it's cool. And then it's warm again, and then it's cold. And then it's super cold. And then it snows 15 feet. And then it's warm, and now it's all muddy.
I just wanna scratch this springtime itch. Mother Nature sure can be a bitch.
Mother Nature, you are a cruel, cruel figment of someone's imagination.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Kind of like coffee and coffee beers. You can have it hot or you can have it cold. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chad from the Bearded Hops Podcast, one of the three bros to do the show. This is Friday Morning Beer Review. Today, I have got one from Surly Brewing. This is the Coffee Bender Brown Ale with coffee added. Now, I don't know if I'll actually get a really good explanation unless I read the back of the can, which I have not done yet, what the difference between a beer brewed with coffee is and a beer that's brewed as a brown ale with coffee added. So I don't know if this is considered an adjunct ale or if it's just brewed with coffee, but let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. So Surly Brewing is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I have not done an individual beer review from Surly, but we have done a couple of the Darkness versions over the last couple of years. I'm not going to get into the Darkness series. Go to the website, check them out. It's a really good beer. They do a whole festival around it called Darkness Days. On this can, it's a pint can. Gold, brown, red, white in color. On the back of the can, it says aromatic as a bag of fresh roast. Hold on. I got to get a light. I'm not going to be able to read that if I'm constantly twisting the can. Yeah, let's do it this way. Okay. Aromatic is a bag of fresh roasted beans. Coffee Bender refreshes like an iced coffee. Why did my light just shut off? I don't know what's going on. I'll start over. Aromatic as a bag of fresh roasted beans. Coffee Bender refreshes like an iced coffee and satisfies like your favorite beer. Utilizing the latest technology, this brew team has developed a cold extraction process that results in intense coffee aromatics and flavor, bringing together two of our favorite beverages. Your only dilemma will be whether to finish your day or start it with a coffee bender. No real info there. I don't know what I'm going to find on the website. I haven't gone through all of it yet. We're going to learn this together in a very short amount of time. This is a 5.5% beer. Where's it? There it is. Independent label. That's about all there is on the can. I mean, it's got some interesting artwork. Check out the website for a better picture. But let's get it opened up and see what we have here. I'm guessing going to smell coffee. Yep. So it's just very coffee beany smelling with the can open. I've got a tulip glass, which is the recommended glass for brown ales. I don't know if it's a recommended glass for brown ales with coffee, but that's what we're going to do anyway. I'm not going to get the full pint in this glass, but we'll get close. So we got about an inch of head, nice tightly packed bubbles, and it looks like it's going to fizz down fairly quickly, and it'll probably settle out with just a little bit of head left, I would imagine. It is brown, dark brown in color, and the sniff. Yeah, the coffee aromas are stronger when the beer's poured into the glass. The fizz and the bubbles releasing additional aromas than you can get just from opening the can. So it's very, very coffee smelling. I don't smell any maltiness that a lot of brown ales are typically known for. I'm assuming this is going to be a fairly malty beer as brown ales go. I did notice that this is a part of their malt forward set of beers that they do. Before I taste it, just run through some of the stats on this one. This is Coffee Bender Brown Ale with coffee, deep brown in color. The hops are Columbus and Willamette. The malt bill is pale ale, aromatic, medium crystal, dark crystal, oats, and chocolate. Original gravity, 14.5 degrees Plato. Yeast is English ale. IBUs, moderate. I've never seen a brewery do that before, not give an IBU number, but just to say moderate. I kind of like that a little bit better than the actual scale, because the scale doesn't really mean anything, according to one of our guys that does the podcast, Jake. And as I said, this is a 5.5% beer. So Guatemalan coffee, roasted locally, is added to Bender, the oatmeal brown ale. Cold pressed coffee aromas, intense coffee flavors balanced by the oats and the malt bill, resulting in a cappuccino-like creaminess. Okay, let's give it a shot. Now, I don't know that I've had a coffee brown ale before. I mean, I've had plenty of coffee stouts and coffee porters. This one is a little more refreshing and not quite as intense on the coffee flavor. It is a strong coffee flavor, but when I say it's not as intense, I'm just comparing that to a coffee stout or a coffee porter, which this beer doesn't directly compare to, because it's not a stout or a porter, so it has to be compared to either a brown ale or just in a specialty category of a special beer, because I don't think there are very many coffee brown ales out there at this point. It's got a really good taste, really good flavor. The coffee flavor is strong but not overwhelming. I don't even know if I would go so far as to call it intense, because when I think of intense coffee flavor, I'm thinking of drinking a hot cup of dark roasted coffee. That's intense. This is not intense. Now, coffee added to a beer, yeah, maybe you could say it's intense, but and just thinking about other coffee beverages, it's just a good coffee flavor. It's not super intense. It's good. I like that it is refreshing though, because you don't usually get that from any coffee beer. It's usually something that kind of sticks to your palate. Coffee flavor does stick around for a while. This one kind of just washes away, and that's probably an effect of the fact that it's a brown ale. Okay, well, first impression, it's good. I would definitely buy it again. So it's above a 3. It's not an exceptional beer, so it's got to be below a 4. So that leaves on the course scale from Untapped, 325, 35, 375. I'm just going to go middle of the road on this, at least on my initial, at 3.5. I think it's really good. And a refreshing coffee beer, and there's something special there. Surly, as I mentioned, is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They also have a location. It's also in like the Minneapolis area, but it's a Brooklyn Center. So everything is brewed and canned by Surly in Minneapolis and Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. I'll go ahead and pour the rest of this beer in the glass since I drank it down a little bit. Now I got a full beer again. How about that? This is actually really quite good. I mean, it's a post-Super Bowl week. Unfortunately, Patriots won again. And yeah, it's a good week to drink. One thing I do want to mention about Surly before I move on to the Untapped and Beer Advocate scores is Surly does some really, really good things in the community, and they've got a program that's called Surly Gives a Damn, SGAD, and they contribute to organizations that are making the North, the Great White North, a better place to live. They do a lot of charitable donations. They work with a lot of volunteer organizations and have partnerships with them. The employees of Surly actually do a very, very good thing here. They've got, in 2017, their stats were 4,392 hours volunteered, 2017. That is in 8 states and in Manitoba, Canada. Really cool stuff. That's just the only stat they give on this particular page. The brewery itself, they don't have an about section that I've come across. Across? Isn't a word. I can't give information on how old the brewery is, who started it. And maybe we came across it at some point in one of our Darkness episodes, but I honestly don't remember at this point. So I'm at a 3.5 on this beer. Untapped, the average is 3.94, so it's very, very, very well liked. A total of 80,700, almost 80,800 check-ins. 51,000 of those are unique, so it's very, very good. Very well liked. Although coffee beers can be quite polarizing, so I mean you're gonna see some like 1s, 2s, half point scores, as well as probably some 5s out there too. More hair on the mic. So let's go over to the Beer Advocate Coffee Bender, Surly Brewing Company. It has a little bit better rating, 4.15 out of 5, and of course their scale is a little bit finer. So the number of check-ins here, number of ratings here is 2,718. It was added May of 2006. I believe it was May of 2006 also on Untapped. So this is a good beer. I'm impressed with it. It's not like I said, it's not like anything exceptional. I'm not going to go calling my pops about it and telling him to go buy some, but it's good. I'll enjoy it, and we'll see where the rating goes. Initially 3.5. Hopefully we'll be back next week with another Friday morning beer review. I've got a little bit of work travel to do, and it's going to take a little bit of time. I will try to squeeze one in. My goal this year is to get 52 Friday morning beer reviews in on YouTube. So far, so good, but we're only a month into the year. Well, a little over a month. So I'm hoping that I'm not going to break that streak early. So I'll try to do one as soon as I get back from this next work trip. So everybody have a great weekend. First weekend of February. And spring's almost here. So keep drinking, keep sharing. Enjoy, everybody. Cheers.
Mother Nature sure can be a bitch.